Hey y'all, I'm channeling my inner southerner. But hey, welcome to week number 13 of our virtual book club for Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. For those of you who are just joining us, please pick this book up. We're almost done. We are on the 12th step of 13. This is week number 13 that we're talking about, and this week is about the brain. The brain, which is a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. When I was reading this is a pretty quick chapter. It's only like 8 pages, but it made me think about us as a body and our brain and how our brain is our own personal computer, right? We have the input, we have the output. That's what the brain does. It is our computer. And just like a radio station, which has different frequencies, our brain can pick up thoughts on different frequencies. Did you know that? I know you did. But I really just thought this one was very interesting because thoughts, as we know, is energy and they vibrate at higher rates, right? And so the brain, which is vibrating at a rapid rate, not only attract thoughts and ideas, but it also gives to one's own thoughts a feeling. And that feeling is important for the subconscious mind. If you remember last week, that's when we talked about the subconscious mind. We were saying it's something to have something in your subconscious, but when there's an emotion, a feeling attached to it, then it's more apt to happen. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Now, this one, it talked about the subconscious mind being the sending station, where the creative imagination that we talked about before is the receiving station. And there was, it wasn't a whole lot about this in here besides the fact that we need to have, when you're dealing with the brain, you need the subconscious mind, the creative imagination, and also autosuggestion. And those, the stimuli through which you put those three principles into action begins with desire. So that goes way back to the beginning, that you have to have the desire first before you actually can make something happen. I hope you're joining me in this journey. This has been really, really fun. Um, One of the things that he talked about is the depression, because that was the time that we were in, right? And he said the depression was a blessing in disguise. It reduced the whole world to a new starting point that gave everyone an opportunity, a new opportunity. Now, I will say this, that we know in the time that we were in that everybody's opportunity was not the same. But I get what he's saying. If we all were on the same leveled playing field and we all understood the importance of thoughts because our thoughts create reality, then we could understand how we all could have achieved what we desired at that time. But I will just say, please, 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 I wanted to get this to you this week. I've been under the weather, hadn't been feeling great. I think I had a stomach virus or food poisoning, something. And so that was Monday night into Tuesday, and I'm still just not feeling that good. But I wanted to get this to you just because we are almost there. We are almost at the finish line. And I know that if you're implementing the things that I talk about, or if you're reading this book, which you can just Google and get chapter by chapter and read it for yourself. If you implement these things, your life will change and you will have the riches that you want, whatever those riches are, whether it's money, relationship, whatever. So please, please continue to read this. But we will come back next week. Next week, we were talking about the sixth sense, I believe, is what the next one is. That's the last step. Step number 13. Yep, the 13 principle. But yeah, he talks about that. And one of the other things before I go, that he talked about the nerve cells, that there's like 10 billion to 14 billion nerve cells in our human cerebral cortex, and they're arranged in definite patterns. And this is not by mistake, it's an order to this. And yeah, and it's just something, the brain is powerful, powerful. And it was designed to perfection. Isn't that something? God is something else. But anyway, I gotta go. I will talk to you all next week. Bye bye.